going on. The answer has been staring at you in the face this entire time. You figured it out a long time ago. You just didn't want to make it, wanted to believe it was true. You tried to hide it behind rose-tinted glasses and tell yourself that everything was okay. This was all just some freak accident. Oh, look, all my friends are sick. Oh look, so am I. Everyone's sick. Is that just the dangest thing ever? Oh, wait a minute. Not everyone's sick. There's still one person still standing healthy as a horse. How peculiar. Well, surely there's a reasonable explanation for all of this. It couldn't be something like that, could it? No, of course not. That can't be right. That's just insane. It's all just one big misunderstanding. It's really not as bad as it looks. It'll work out, you'll see. All you need to do is have faith and everything will be alright. Ah, some faith. Look where it's got you. Your friends are dead. And pretty soon you'll be dead too. Yep, looks like we're alright. Just sit tight, because everything's gonna be alright. Shut up. I continue to condemn myself within my own mind. Evidently, my own subconscious was much more sarcastic than I was. Eventually, it reached the point where I just couldn't take anymore, and I screamed at myself to stop. In that process, I had caused me to stop her insane laughing. Using what little physical strength I had remaining, I craned my neck up to look at her. In turn, she looked down at me where I lay on the floor. A short while passed before anyone said anything, and then Mia opened her mouth. How are you feeling, Tristan? Her voice lacked any ounce of sympathy. It was more like we were two people passing each other on the street, and she was simply asking me for time. If I had the strength, I'd probably scream at her. But instead, I answered in an equally vacant-sounding voice. My friends are dead. I'm knocking on death's door. And all the while, here you are laughing it up like it's one big comedy skit. So to answer your question, Mia, I felt better. I see. That's good. Hee hee hee. Though I guess it's not really. If Tristan had gotten sick much earlier, he wouldn't be hurting anymore. Such a shame. She continued to gaze at me with hollow eyes. My vision was blurred, but I could at least determine that much. I wasn't sure how much longer I was going to last, but I couldn't die yet. There were still questions that had yet to be answered, and this girl had all the answers. I want you to tell me. Cough, cough, cough. Dang it. I want you to tell me what's going on here. Isn't it obvious? Tristan is dying. Hehehe. That's not what I meant, and you know it. What I want to know is why I'm dying. Why are the others dead? Why are you still okay? Why did all this happen? That sure is a lot of questions. I wonder if I can answer them all before Tristan goes to sleep. Fine, if that's too much to handle, then just answer one question. If you can answer this one single question, then I can die without regret. Alright. Ask me one single question and I'll answer it. Okay then. Mia, why did you lie? Lie? I lied? That's not right. I didn't lie. Tell me when I lied. Today, when you pretended to be their friend. All throughout lunch, we were laughing and having fun. And you were right there laughing along with us. At least that's how it would have looked at anybody who was watching us. Heck, even we, the people in the group, were fooled by your act. We really thought you had chosen to become a part of the team. But you and I both know that wasn't really the case. You were only pretending to laugh. You were only pretending to have fun. And you were only pretending to be their friend. When deep down, you wanted nothing more than for them to die. That, Mia, is when you lied. And what I want to know is why. Hee hee hee. Tristan is silly. He's gotten himself all mixed up. This wasn't right. I had just exposed Mia to her own lies. She had been sweating bullets and struggling to come up with an answer. But instead, she just giggled at me like it was some humiliating mistake. What was so funny? What did I miss? Hee hee hee. Like I said, I didn't lie. Tristan merely misinterpreted what was really going on. What did you mean? What was there to misunderstand? I remember it all perfectly. You wouldn't have your way to pretend to be their friend when really you hated them. When? Tell me when. When at any point did I say that I was their friend? When at any point did I say that they were my friends? I only ever referred to them as Tristan's friends, and that was before we even arrived at their table. I never considered them friends, nor did I even ever say that they were. You didn't have to. You implied it by pretending to laugh and play with them. Again, Tristan misinterprets what really happened. Every time I laughed, every time I looked like I was having fun. That was all genuine. There was never any pretending. So you're really telling me that although you hated them, you enjoyed being with them? That doesn't even work. No, it doesn't. You've just read too much into it. Then explain it to me. Tell me what you were really laughing and carrying on about. What was so dang funny that allowed you to laugh at the exact same time that the person next to you was laughing at a joke that they just told? The fly in the ice cube. The fly in the ice cube. Classic practical joke. You stick a dead fly into an ice tray and fill it with water and freeze it. Then you stick the ice cube into a person's drink and watch them drink it, completely unaware that it's there. From the time that you stick it into the time that they realize it's there, it's just really funny to watch. So you're telling me that you were laughing and having fun because you secretly stuck a fly in their drinks? Nobody was drinking anything at lunch, remember? Besides, that was just an example. The point is, I never pretended to laugh along with them, and therefore never lied about being their friend. Tristan was just reading too much into it. Any assumptions that you made from what you were witnessed were of your own doing, not mine. I'll say it again, I didn't lie. My head was starting to throb. And not because I was, hemorrhaging blood again, left, right, and center. Mia had taken my argument and completely torn it to shreds. If she had ever went to trial for our murders, her parents would probably save a lot of money by simply having her represent herself. In which case, she would probably win. Not exactly a comforting thought given the circumstances. But what was the deal with this talk about flies and ice cubes? What did Mia mean she didn't, said that she wasn't, what did Mia mean when she said that that's what was making her laugh? She said it herself. Nobody had any drinks at lunchtime. What could she have been laughing at that was similar to a fly in an ice cube? It didn't make any sense. Wait. Yes, it did. It made absolute perfect sense. But like I told myself earlier, I was just too naive to consider it. And then it gave me perfect leisure to reinstate my claim. Mia did lie. And I can prove it. When the heck did I suddenly turn into Phoenix correct? Screw it, I was just gonna roll with it. Mia. You are a naughty little flyer girl. I was pondering over what you just said, about the flies in the ice cube. It reminded me of something. It reminded me of just how tasty your ravioli was today. If I recall, you made two kinds. White ones filled with veal, and green ones filled with cheese. And if memory serves, the veal ones were exceptionally popular. In fact, you might even say that they were to die for. Originality, thy name is not Tristan. I seem to recall that you never ate any of the veal ones yourself. And when I encouraged you about it, you said the cheese ones are better for your health, which given the circumstances, was true. If memory serves, the only time you ever picked up a veal one was when you were feeding them to me. And even then, you would only pick them up with my fork. I guess you really didn't want to take any chances with them, did you? I must admit, that was a pretty clever move. Color-coded food. Green was safe, and white was poison. You could eat your lunch in front of everyone without them being any the wiser. Then all you had to do was invite the rest of us to come try some, knowing full well that we would mainly eat the poison veil ones. And if anyone saw you eating one variety and flavor of the others, they would assume that you were either being curious to the rest of us, or that you would simply prefer one over the other. Meanwhile, you just had to sit back and watch everyone ingesting their theoretical flies and ice cubes. Very clever, Mia. But tell me, was watching 4 human beings die slowly and painfully really so gosh darn funny. Well, sigh. You're being very indecisive right now. Tristan has still yet to tell me when it was